yourself something funky.
And it's only me for now, but what's happening is it's the Spice Week Sunday, so we're going to have Coran slots coming in. I think I've got something going wrong with me because I sound like I'm underwater. Don't know. I hope you can hear me. I'm sure you can. Stu Walker's on holiday in the north, well, on the north coast, up in Yorkshire, so he's not there to tag, and Adele's standing in for that one. We're going to bring in the Spice Freak.
Hello there. As you can see, the weather has got a lot hotter, and I've ditched my lab coat for this one, but otherwise, still more or less the same. One exception. You want to bring in our exception?
Well, we've got Unusual Little Oddity, a review channel.
There we go.
Never been referred to as an unusual little oddity before, have you, Stefan?
Don't think I have.
No, I was under the impression that he was quite a large oddity.
Yeah, so what we have there is a UK chili green glass, but it's a Scoville Slammer.
Dun dun dun.
Produced right here in the northeast by Flavour Before Fire, Mark Elliott.
Yeah, which is interesting because Johnny Scoville isn't here in the UK, is he?
No, Johnny Scoville's in America, which is what's really surprised us, that the sauce would be a UK sauce.
Yeah.
You're always full of surprises. You never know.
But hey, if it's who we wanted to work with, it's who we wanted to work with.
Exactly that.
They're a good company.
It's the helping out of small businesses and this, that, and the other. That. So there you go. Right then, guys. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to vanish off screen for a little bit so I can read comments and bring them up on screen and this, that, and the other, and leave it to you. See you in a bit, guys.
Oh, that might be an issue. I'll get my timer up and we'll just see where its placement is on screen now. Can you all see that timer just fine? Yeah, that should be fine.
Yeah.
There should be space for 4 minutes on that. If not, I can always drag it over as the time comes.
All right, sounds good. So, disclaimer then. So, I, Stefan Harop, I'm over 18 years of age, of sound mind, and have read and understood the hot sauce product disclaimer on the League of Fire website. In summary, I accept that the League of Fire, despite manufacturers, non-nuke Chilli-heads are under no circumstances be responsible for or liable for any kinds of injury or damage arising from me consuming this product for multiples thereof. I acknowledge and agree to this exact question.
Alrighty, there goes your disclaimer. Nicely done.
511 out of 1,000.
Not bad, not bad. Roughly in the middle. Morning, Facebook user. I'm afraid we don't have any pips today.
Feels that.
I did look at their website, but there was one sauce I hadn't tried. Yep. Not perfectly clean, but as clean as you're going to get it. Without actually rinsing the entire bottle out. Sauce just clings to the sides. Always does. It's still looking real good.
Whoa, that's close. One last sip.
Oh. Can we see what your fancy milk is?
Just Co-op chocolate.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Nothing special.
Well, I don't know. I'd say the chocolate's pretty special. Evening, Joe? Yeah, I agree, Adele. He got this. Right, timer's running and 4 minutes, you say?
4 minutes.
Gonna be a little bit then. You've just hit 10 seconds. How is it so far? I'm seeing a lot of hiccups. I'm looking a little dangerous.
Excuse me.
Corky Fernando in the chat says this is a good tasting challenge. Would you agree?
Try and control these hiccups and then I'll explain.
Okay. I'll let you deal with that. Sorry. Yeah, they really do it. This one looks like a serious challenge.
Taste, yeah, it's not bad, but it gives, or for me anyway, that serious throat sting. No, I'm prepped. Excuse me.
Evening, folks. Yep, we're almost 2 minutes into a Scoville Slammer. And Stefan's suffering, but staying on top of it by the looks of things.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you got this. Facebook user, I just told you no minutes ago. I had a look at their website and there's only one source there I haven't tried. Oh, I'm afraid no pips today. Oh, just 1 minute left. Almost there. Oh. 30 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Kaboom!
You made it, dude. Congratulations.
Thank you. No mobiles.
Just take your milk. You've earned it.
Well done, dude.
Oh, I can probably get rid of this timer as well now.
Yeah, you can lose the time. Once the chocolate milk comes out.
Yeah. Oh, and the chocolate milk comes out because he's won it. He deserves to stop suffering.
Celebrate with chocolate milk. Alexandra Tresk Morgan says, hi everyone, and great job, Stefan. Kevin says, boom, well done, Stefan. Charlie Whitmore, nice one, Steph. Hope it's kind to you. Corky Fernando says you made it look easy as pie. Might have
I
looked that
really
way.
don't think he did.
Might have looked a little. Well, the beginning looked a little bit rough.
Yeah, the beginning looked real rough. I wasn't sure it was going to stay down. But
Yeah, that's what
he
I
kept
was
on
thinking.
top of it, got it under control, did really well.
Fought the battle. That's what we like to see.
Cut in. I'll see you later.
Well done, dude. I'll see you later. Check in when you're finished at the end. I like to always make sure that people are okay.
Yeah, you got to make sure everyone's okay.
So, dude,
Yep.
you can lose the link there. But if anybody wants to give that challenge a try, it's www.leagueoffire.com, and there's many other challenges there that you can buy too. I'm just going to pop that banner off now. We'll bring our own on. New Chilli-heads.
Yep, and you got yours behind you. I've got mine behind me.
There we go.
We're all good. But the other site we're going to be looking at is, remember Trodden Black from last week? How I tried this one. It was the only one of the companies I didn't already know from the resources that my sister gave me. I had a look at their website, troddenblack.co.uk, and it turns out this is possibly the most boring sauce they do.
Of all the sauces they do, you got the boring one.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't bad. Don't get things wrong on that. This is a really nice. I'll do a spoonful of it, actually.
So which other sauces did you find too? It's got a great taste award.
Yeah. And it has a great taste. It's a Scotch bonnet sauce with a little bit of pineapple sweetness up front. A good tang.
Pineapple.
Yeah, but it's a bit of pineapple in an otherwise very Scotch bonnet sauce. It's not pineapple. It's not overly pineapple.
Give you the hiccups. It's got a fair bit of Scotch bonnet.
Yeah, it's very Scotch bonnet forward.
What would you consider using that on then?
I mean, I gave a few suggestions last week, including on pizza, but also, I completely forgot that I really like that little bit of either pineapple or citrus and tang mixed into a pasta sauce. Really brings out the best in the tomato and herbs.
Fair enough.
I have a sip of milk at the milk before I move on, though.
That really Fernando says, "God bless you" to Adele.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's not the hottest thing ever, but it's a good Scotch bonnet heat, and it catches me and it makes me hiccup.
I was going to say it was hot enough to give you the hiccups. Adele had
do some good stuff.
Cream and Chimp's pineapple sauce on a fish finger sandwich. See, I think I've just got this thing against pineapples because that just does not appeal to me at all.
Well, I only tried it because the last time I was talking to Neil, he said he has the pineapple and the chipotle mixed on fish.
Mixed together on fish.
So I tried just the pineapple on fish and it's nice.
I imagine the pineapple
in with it, yeah.
I imagine that's like pretty okay, that.
Yeah. Now that's winning me over for sure.
Anyway, sorry we got... Yeah. Since it was Scream and Chimp's anniversary today, we apologise for getting sidetracked and talking about Scream and Chimp.
No worries, it happens.
It was the best cover-up I could do for that. Anyway, what we got tonight?
So you're not going to like this next one. I'm going in heat order, and the first one, as is often the case, their mildest, is a green.
Green!
This is their Chili Death Jam, which is a bit of a serious name. But it's a Chili Death Jam in Killer Key Lime flavor. So, yeah, a bit of a serious name for something that's only jalapeno based. The actual ingredients are kiwi fruit, sugar, which is 55%, jalapeno chili, cider vinegar, lime juice, lime zest, and salt.
Well, I'm not going to give any opinion on this. I'm not going to give any opinion on this because I'm going to put people off because one, don't like green sauce, don't like kiwi, don't like salami.
Oh, I like kiwis.
Adele likes kiwi.
Yeah.
Oh, that's got an interesting zesty and savory green aroma to it. It's not what I expected from kiwi jam. It's
Quite
a little bit on the
runny.
thin side.
Yeah, it's quite runny.
You can see all the little kiwi
What-
seeds in it,
what's
though,
it,
and a
isn't
few chili seeds to boot.
Tony,
Flavor-wise,
what chili was in it?
Jalapenos.
jalapeno based.
Oh,
Yeah, it's-
kiwi.
I like the way you can hear her better than I can.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not nearly as sweet as I was expecting. It's definitely jalapeno and kiwi up front. It's green. It's a little bit savory, but not too savory. Nice balance. And then there is definitely a lime zest finish to it.
Suggestions for usage?
And to me, this is a put on a fish, make a nice glaze out of it kind of thing.
Definitely just wouldn't stick it on toast.
I wouldn't say no to it
Okay.
on toast,
Yeah.
but I might consider putting some cheese with it.
Interesting. Kevin is loving the sauces at the moment with lime in it. Lime is one thing that I do like. Kiwi,
I'd say
not so much.
a bit more zest than zing, but it's definitely limey. You ready to move on
Yeah.
to the next one? Oh yeah. His end of the lime. Which one was his end of the lime actually? Let me double check that. He does a bunch.
Well, while you're checking that, I'm just going to do something off camera.
Oh, it's his jalapeno. Yeah, that's great. It's really quite great. Yeah, moving on to the next one of the day. This is their deadly preserves,
Yeah.
and it's their sea buckthorn habanero.
It's what?
Sea buckthorn and habanero.
What's that?
So I had to do a fair bit of research on that because I've not heard of sea buckthorn before. But apparently it's a European and Asian coastal plant that grows some berries that you don't see in food very often, but are a little bit medicinal and also sometimes used similarly to how you'd use rose hips and such.
So
But I don't think they actually taste the same.
So they actually grow over most of Europe then?
Yeah, apparently they grow here even.
Might have to have a look into that. If I like the flavour, obviously.
Supposedly they're quite tart, quite citrusy. And yeah, they're about yay big orange berries, basically. Yellowy orangey. This contains red chili, cider vinegar, orange, then the sea buckthorn, then orange habanero, red onion, blackthorn salt, brown sugar, dulse seaweed, and pepper.
It's got a lovely colour on it when you had the bottle sideways.
It really does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Beautiful shade of slightly orangey red.
Considering you never read out any colourants or
Something in it. No, nothing artificial in here as far as I can see.
yeah, that's a lovely colour.
Yep. This dead hot sauce is a natural product and separation may occur. There you go. Nothing artificial in it. And this one also has a great taste award, though I can't help noticing it's from a year later than the previous one. So this is probably a newer addition to their range. I particularly wanted to get this one because it's a fruit that I've never even heard of before.
Yeah, as soon as you said it, it was like, what's that? Never heard of it. I don't feel half as stupid now, though, knowing that you hadn't heard of it neither.
I'm getting slight hints of the seaweed. Slight hints of something citrusy, maybe orangey. So it could just be the orange. but a lot of rich red pepper, which is interesting because it's apparently orange habanero before you hit the red pepper. That is borderline neon on my spoon.
I wish my camera could, me computer monitor could pick up the bloody colour
Yeah.
better. It actually looks great through the bottle anyway.
Yeah. Oh, that is weird. It is very much. I don't know what sea buckthorn tastes like exactly. That is definitely sea buckthorn flavor.
I don't know what it tastes like, but that's definitely that.
Because it's not orange. It's got vague hints of kumquat and stuff. It's definitely citrus light. It's definitely some sort of citrusy thing.
It's a flavour
But
you've never tasted before.
It's hard to fully explain. It's similar to some things that I have tasted before, but I really can't put my finger on it quite.
Alan, I think you need to check this sauce out, dude.
Yeah, this is definitely not what I was expecting from the color or from the ingredients. I was expecting to taste the fruit. I wasn't expecting the fruit to be the main flavor.
Kevin's got a question. What would you think it would go with?
Ooh.
And other than that, can you name the fruit again? Because Alan's obviously just got here and he might not
It
know
is
what.
sea buckthorn.
Sea buckthorn.
Yeah, not to be confused with regular buckthorn, which is apparently entirely unrelated. What was that, Adele?
What was that, Adele?
Sea buckthorn, is that not something? Yeah, I know what that is. Oh, I get them as a kid.
Oh, you go. Adele ate them when she was a kid.
They're
What are you
horrible. They make your mouth dry out. Have a look at that picture. You'll know exactly what it is.
Oh, yeah.
They make your mouth go dry.
Oh, there you go.
I'm going to say this
Didn't
isn't
know what
making
they
my
were.
mouth go dry.
We were always told not to eat them when we were kids.
Said they don't eat the beets though, didn't they?
Oh, they don't seem to be doing me any harm. What would
Obviously,
I
you
do with
can eat
this? Yeah, I think it would go quite nicely with a sweet and sour or an orange chicken or something like that.
Ooh,
It is quite a zesty citrus flavor again, though not quite as much so as the jam.
I like the idea of anything that goes with a sweet and sour or an orange chicken.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my favorite is still very much Saucy Ladies. Oh, what was it? Oh, I've forgotten the name of it now. I'm getting really bad at this because I've had all these years ago, and
And there's a lot of sauces.
yeah.
I keep making the mistake if I mention one sauce's name but get the wrong producer.
Birds and Bonnets, that's it. Saucy Ladies, Birds and Bonnets.
Kevin
fantastic
says
for
he's
sweet
sold
and
the second you mentioned chicken.
Yeah, Kevin does love his chicken.
Anything that goes on chicken, I've got to say, I'm a fan for myself too.
I should also mention it's not quite as hot as the Scotch Bonnet one. It's still a fairly high habanero heat, but yeah, it's clear the focus isn't on the pepper with that one quite the same way it was with the Scotch Bonnet. Then I do have one more from them. And this one's a white label one, implying that it's either very recent or a limited edition.
Before you do that last one, have you got the website and we'll bring it up for them?
Yep. Yep, this is...
1 second, I'm just going to go into the banners. Create a banner. It's what?
roddenblack.co.uk.
It's what? Rotten Black.
Rodden.
Trodden.
Yeah.
I think I've got that right. It might not work right, but we'll see.
We'll see. Throw it on the screen and I'll see if you're correct. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
But yeah, this last one is their Buckfast Armageddon sauce. I think you can guess what the two main ingredients of that are.
little bit of information on the sea buckthorn from Del before you go on.
Oh, here we go.
Traditionally used to slow down the aging process, people use sea buckthorns for burns, eczema, acne, indigestion, high blood pressure, wrinkled skin, and many other purposes. But there is no good scientific evidence to support most of these uses.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
goes
With a
back
lot
to
of things, the old wives' tales uses tend to have some degree of truth to it.
Well, most medicines actually stemmed from.
Yeah, a lot of medicines certainly stem from people going, people use this a lot. Let's see why, and let's see if we can find the active ingredient.
That's basically what they did, and most medicines come from plants.
Yeah.
But like they say, scientific evidence at the moment does not support most cases.
Yeah, but that might just be that people haven't looked into it enough. I don't know.
Yeah, could be, just not enough research.
What interests me there is they specifically mentioned burns. I'm wondering if that's got to do with the inflammation caused by burns as well. If it does, that might actually be relevant to the hot sauce.
It also doesn't state what type of burns, whether it would be chemical burns or physical heat burns.
True.
Anybody that's interested in the dry buckthorn, then go and have a look.
So this is Buckfast instead.
Buckfast
Armageddon hot sauce.
Don't mention Buckfast in Scotland.
And Buckfast is the first ingredient as well. Then we got black grapes, white wine vinegar, serrano, Armageddon chili, brown sugar, onion, and salt. Now, I'm assuming there's enough onion in this for the onion to matter, which, if so, means there's probably a good amount of Armageddon, given that it's further up the list. So I'm a little worried about the heat of this one. It's probably going to be a good deal hotter than the last.
Well, the League of Fire's original V1 chug, I believe that was Armageddon.
Yeah, it was, and it hurt.
So, yeah, it's a serious chili.
Yeah. I don't know if it's actually hotter than the Reaper, but it definitely hits faster than the Reaper.
I don't think it's hotter. I think that's exactly what it is. It comes in pretty quick and hits all round.
Yeah, that's a smooth, fruity flavor. Not too bold a fruit, but... And yeah, it's that rich, the grapes from the wine taste. And then the chili sort of slowly grows in behind. And as Armageddon goes, this is a surprisingly slow grow.
But maybe it's not as much in it as what you thought there was.
It's definitely building. But at the same time, yeah, probably not that much Armageddon in it.
Could also be the sweetness from the grapes hiding it a little bit.
Yeah, that often helps hold things off. Yeah. That definitely has a good kick to it. But I wouldn't say it's much hotter than a ghost sauce.
Can you taste the Armageddons through everything else?
Yeah, the Armageddon definitely comes through, but it doesn't come through too much. It's very much the fruitiness of the aged grapes first, and then the red chili comes through, and it becomes a little bit specifically Armageddon, but
the way you're describing it, I could probably just splash a little bit in tomato soup and just to make tomato soup a little bit.
Yeah, I would. My last Buckfast sauce I had, it was a tiny bottle. Basically, the entire bottle went in pasta sauce one night with just tomato, basil, that. It was absolutely gorgeous.
It's exactly what it sounded like the way you were describing it. It sounds like tomato soup, tomato and basil.
Yeah. And this is just going to be a hotter version of that, basically.
So basically, you just cook your soup for everybody, serve theirs up, and then splash that in your own.
Yeah. Oh, your Armageddons didn't grow, Joe. I'm sorry to hear that.
I think I tried the Armageddons as well, and I struggled with them.
We got 2 Armageddon plants. One, we got 1 pod off.
Yeah.
And the other one just grew and produced nothing.
There you go. Oh yeah, that was last year when we got the late season. I I didn't actually start getting pods until around about October.
Well, this year's good. My Padron's already starting to fruit.
Nice. A little bit further away from there, but I
It's
think
just
I will get
the very
a crop.
beginnings of fruit so far, but yeah, definitely an earlier season than most.
Well, I'm a little bit behind, but I think I will catch up in time to actually get pods this year.
Good,
The
good,
weather
good.
keeps up with what?
Yeah, I was very worried about this Bugfast sauce because Armageddon has hurt me a lot in the past.
And a lot of other people.
Yeah.
Thanks to Legal
Actually,
Fire.
the fact that it's not too high up the ingredients list, so there's probably not too much in there, and the fact that it's tamed down by the grapes, the brown sugar, means that actually it's a lot slower and more manageable than your average Armageddon sauce. So if you want to try the Armageddon anyway, this is a good way to try it. You won't get the full heat, you won't get the full flavor, but you'll definitely taste it, you'll definitely feel it, and it's a lot more manageable than most ways to have it.
On a heat rating, if you had to rate it as a supermarket sauce, but rate supermarket sauces as a 1 to 10, where would you put that?
As a supermarket sauce.
Yeah, imagine a supermarket sauce on a scale of 1 to 10. Obviously, this is going to be whereabouts would you rate it?
So 10's what? The hottest supermarket ghost pepper sauce I've seen.
Well, you can get Carolina Reaper sauces in supermarkets, but they're usually not as hot as the ghost pepper sauces.
They're usually about the same as the ghost to me.
Yeah. Or a little bit less sometimes.
So, yeah, if we're going to go along with those, I'd say probably put it about a 14.
Out of 14. That's what I was wondering.
Not a crazy amount hotter than those sauces you get in supermarkets, but it's definitely hotter.
It's proper Chilli-head sauce.
Yeah.
It's not
Well, I
for
will say
anybody.
there was that one outlier Carolina Reaper sauce that was like 60%, I found. You remember that?
I can't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday.
I sent you a bottle,
Nothing
but it
you
was a
don't eat
while
Oh,
ago.
it's because I don't eat breakfast. No wonder I can never remember what I have for breakfast.
There we go then. Problem solved.
Problem solved. Coran is about to be sent a bottle of One-Eyed Willy from Melvin Willy, and it will hopefully give him hiccups.
I will have to get in touch with you because I don't think you've had my address since I moved.
Ah,
I'll
good
make sure
point.
you get that.
Buckfast sauce isn't for Alan.
Fair enough. Not every sauce is for everyone, but
Yeah, I can't stand green sauces.
I do like my Buckfast sauces.
I don't
You
even
like
know.
garlic?
Garlic, yeah,
Garlic isn't a
okay.
green sauce. Garlic
it?
is a garlic
That's
sauce
right.
with green chili.
I was going to say there's an exception. It does happen to be green, but it's a garlic sauce.
Yeah.
I think what it was is everybody knows I don't like green sauces, so Chili of the Valley just thought I'll prove you wrong.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I
proved me
told you
wrong.
about my experience with garlic, right? I tried it, really wasn't sold on it. It was just a bit too pickled or something. And I never found a use. I just didn't find a use for it, didn't find a use for it. And then my family just randomly brought home some pesto one day, and I went, I guess this is the way to spice the pesto up. Tried it and decided actually just 50-50 pesto and garlic. Amazing stuff. Throw that over everything. Wonderful.
Got some chicken breasts, sliced them up and rammed them full of butter and garlic sauce, cramped them up and
Cheese.
and cheese. And
Yeah, definitely chuck your parmesan over the top. Make it proper parmesan.
You know what I mean? It was absolutely spot on.
Yeah. Sounds fantastic.
Anybody that's wanting to get all the sauces that Coran's been talking about, by the way, there's the website at the bottom, troddenblack.co.uk.
Well, for the ones I've been supposed to be talking about.
Yeah.
For all the others, hang around the group. You'll find them because all of the producers that we've talked about happen to be ones that are in the group today.
And they're also amazing sauce producers that have won awards.
Well, yeah. That's part of why we feature them. But yeah, today's range in heat order, to remind you, we have the Trodden Black Chili Death Killer Key Lime Jam.
Which is a little bit runny.
Yep. We have their sea buckthorn habanero.
which has an amazing colour.
We have their pineapple scotch bonnet, which is actually more
Coran
scotch bonnet
fruit.
and pineapple.
Can I interrupt you?
He's back. I'm just going to take this banner off the bottom because I think it might be causing us to freeze out.
And we have the Buckfast Armageddon.
It's not your usual flavours on that website.
Good, that's what we want, different stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not your usual flavours on that website.
Right,
Go
it does
have a
mean
look.
checking out the website, and they are not your usual flavours. So if anybody is actually looking for something a little bit different, a little bit unusual, I'm going to have to bring the banner back up.
Sorry.
If anybody's looking for something a little bit different and a little bit unusual, check out troddenblack.co.uk.
Yeah, and as I said at the start, this scotch bonnet and pineapple one is probably the least interesting thing on there, and that's saying something.
Well, you did start with that right at the beginning, yes.
Yeah. And then we went
So
through a bunch of other.
basically,
pretty
last
crazy
week
stuff.
last time you reviewed the most boring sauce that they do.
I had no idea that's what it was. It wasn't until I looked at their website and went, wait, nothing on here is anywhere near as mundane as that.
Just the look of the draw, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Blame your sister, she gave you them.
Well, more likely blame whatever random shop in Scotland she found.
But also thank her, because we would never have found the rest of the stuff otherwise.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a 50-50 flip, good and bad.
I'm going to thoroughly enjoy these, definitely.
It definitely looks that way. And with that, there's only one thing left to do. We're going to bring in Stefan Harop. Hey, bang on a hiccup. You couldn't have timed it better.
It was a clear of the throat, but yeah, close enough.
Close enough.
How you doing, dude?
Yeah, all good now.
Oh, good.
Good.
Glad to see you managed to get yourself sorted out.
Yeah.
This is the point in the show when I do.
It's
Oh, okay. Right. It's us for the outro, is it?
yeah.
I've done my recap of all the sources, and I'm glad you're doing all right, Stefan.
Yeah, all good. That was another slammer completed. Thank you very much for everyone that watched and tuned in. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, I'll catch you again next week, and Stefan will be around in the group. Bye.
Blows.